last week, Dynamite and as well as NXT were on Tuesday. NXT and AEW had the ratings war. NXT was victorious. It wasn't particularly close. I believe
not in overall viewers. No,
not in the overall viewers. I believe the NXT show was like 917 or something like that to like maybe 609. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me. In the demo, NXT did win 0.30 to 0.26. I was kind of shocked at this. I thought AEW would somehow like get the win, but
I did too. But I do remember, Meltzer talking about this, like, the counterintuitive stuff as far as like the rating is different when like the time will change for New Year's, that kind of stuff, or not for daylight savings time. Like the number 1 hour for Raw would be like the 9 o'clock hour as opposed to the 8 o'clock hour and stuff. So, one of the counterintuitive things he pointed out over the years is that like when like old legends come back, the numbers that like they bring in are not like the older crowd that the wrestlers grew to popularity with. Is actually like the youngsters want to see what the hype was about with the legend.
yeah.
So I think that's some of that with Cena and Undertaker, possibly. But yeah, I was surprised too, with the number they beat them in the demo. Obviously, I thought there was a chance they were going to beat them with NXT was going to beat them overall viewers. They beat their ass. I am surprised that it's not so much that NXT did so well as much as like I'm surprised that AEW did so poorly with a show that had that had stuff on that you would care about, and was done well and put together well. And I was just surprised by that. I mean, I will file this away in the the Copeland ain't no damn draw folder that we've had since 2020. But yeah.
Gotta wonder about that strategy though. Like, there were a couple of things like in the execution of the show that maybe like after the first match you're checked out on, because you can pretty much predict the finish to Hangman and Jay White after you watch Swerve and Danielson.
I did.
I think all of us in the group chat did, and it was like, this was like some classic like TV booking, like, both guys lead to the finishes and ultimately giving Copeland a main event spot there. When you're going
and to be fair, the AEW main event spot on Dynamite has always been,
sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't.
It's only a good sign when you do well.
Right.
When it don't do well, it don't mean nothing.
Yeah. Like, building the entire show around him with that particular style of match that he did, and it was just like, all right, this, you're going against WWE with the ultimate WWE lifer essentially there, and it's like the alternative, like, and then you wonder, like, no MJF in the match, no Elite to be found besides Hangman around, and it's like, was this some 4D shit? Like, oh, just take us off this week, or like were these days scheduled off in advance? Like what was this?
From the Elite, I would say probably not, for the part where it's like you go through it historically over and over and over. They talked about how like if there was no AEW, they'd be in WWE right now. They talked politely, or Omega particularly talked politely about like the recruiting job that Triple H did to try to bring them to WWE. They talked about when their contracts were running up, how like they legitimately thought about like potentially leaving to go again or to go to WWE. That time around, they end up re-signing, of course. You've seen Kenny Omega be polite, people try to do the thing and try to get him into some stuff with Roman Reigns. He's like, nah, man, that dude can wrestle. I think we have some great matches. I think we do something great if we ever, linked up or whatever else. I keep feeling like, obviously there's just words or whatever else. Obviously never gone over there, but like, I feel like they don't give a flying fuck about this WWE AEW thing. But you had Cody around, you had CM Punk around, you have Tony Khan, and they're all trying to rally the base. And like, you don't see them doing that. What do you like? I'm sure there are maybe an example here and there and few and far between or whatever else, but like comparatively speaking to the people that are like the rabble rousers for the pro AEW crowd, like Well, one of them is in WWE right now. The other one tried to get in WWE, and then the other one is running the promotion. So it ain't the Elite. So I don't think they give a fuck about that stuff, especially when like they repeatedly and let Cody Rhodes promo tell you, I don't need to see the Young Bucks beat the developmental guys again.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I don't know. It was interesting. Like just thinking about, because like I think we both said like this one-off ratings week didn't really matter. It didn't matter to WWE a lot because perception it becomes reality, and they are trying to. They've been loading up NXT all year, but they wanted this one badly. How many of them do they bring? How many shows did they bring the Undertaker to? How many shows of NXT have they ever brought John Cena to?
Yeah, I mean, you would think that like if you're gonna get the Undertaker to come in to do anything, you'd be like maybe do that on SmackDown, but maybe they were like, "Oh, we're leaving SmackDown anyway because they don't want us no more." So let's what's the point?
There's that. I think it was interesting to see what TK picked, and I hope he's not discouraged by picking largely strong wrestling to lead with rather than all the goofy stuff.
Well, to be fair, that Adam Cole segment was the highest rated thing this week on that show. So we can't just necessarily say like he was out here coming guns a-blazing. He was out here trying to give us, a pay-per-view for free. Like
I don't think I think they went with strong matches, but they didn't go with like they. I don't think what I'm saying. They didn't go crazy.
Right. What I'm saying is I don't feel like they went too far out of character from what their show normally is.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Or has been of the last like 2 months.
But yeah, like NXT got the win, and this sent Tony Khan into
spiraling
hysterics on Twitter.
So that some real sore winner shit. Like this man has a record similar to Shuri and Stardom against WWE. It's something.
It's like 75-2.
He just got the 2 just now, and he couldn't take it. I was like, bro, this just charge to the game.
So
look at the scoreboard.
So I don't have a problem with anything Tony Khan actually did except one tweet.
The Undertaker Cena one?
The Undertaker Cena one. I don't like that one, and I'll tell you why I don't like that one. Because ultimately...
They still beat your guys.
Correct. They beat your guys, and also leave the wrestlers out of it.
That's true.
Because it's like, and I talk to people in wrestling about it.
Look, what happens when the dead man becomes all elite?
You stupid. But... there always there is that there is
Starcast, nigga.
Look, there is that possibility. Like you never know. Like what if Cena became available or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like
and that's gonna be real tough. He'd be like John Cena's only. Wait, you can't use that. That's his actual name. That's his actual name.
Like I think that you should largely, if you're an executive, keep it to the executives. Bang on Nick Khan all day. Basically call him this soulless, outsider or whatever. Call Vince McMahon a rapist.
He did plenty of that.
Look, stick to that or whatever. And, go at Triple H. Go at Triple H. Go at Shawn Michaels. Stay to that. Like, but once you start bringing the wrestlers in, I think that's kind of a low blow because it's like, all right, what if someone was trying to call your wrestlers out? Now, I think he would obviously defend his wrestlers, but why even do that? It seems like such a low blow, kind of.
Right, but the thing is, he's not understanding or lacking the self-awareness, realizing, like, once you do that, like, you would defend your people. So, like, once you do that, you, like, if they call down the thunder upon you, you have nothing, you deserved it. You've earned it.
Yep. Yeah, that was the only thing I didn't like, and it was like call him a rapist, and I saw the new defense for this thing was
he's annoying.
No, what we're saying about Tony Khan, they were saying he doesn't actually care about the women. That was
when you tweet that, you know what that means? You don't either.
Look, I was gonna say, who really didn't care about the women? Vince McMahon. He didn't care about the women. Like,
yes. But once you tweet out, well, he doesn't really care about raising these actual concerns. Like, well, neither do you, because why would you point something out like that, you asshole?
So this is what they stooped to doing. Tony Khan. I prefer that you just keep calling Vince McMahon a rapist because there's nothing coming back from that. There's no way you can't lose with that card. Like, but as soon as you drop it off to like Cena, and this is less than 1 million. It's like, yo, you're immediately setting up for the mirror to be held up for the performance of your guys and the people that you got from WWE and the people that in the future are like, yo, this is a lot. Like, I don't think I think people were freaking out a tad bit on like how bad this was and what it looked like. I think they were tweets. Like, and this is not out of his character. I only didn't like one of them.
Yeah, I think he tweeted so much that it was like, I lost. Either you move on and then he moved on to talking about like the thing with his mom and everything. It's like it's personal.
Yeah,
it's like it can be personal all it wants to, but like now you're at a part of just lashing out, and now people get to say what they want to say about you that they felt that like you kept it in the strike zone before. Now you out here you throwing at people's heads and shit.
Yeah.
In a way. So yeah.
Yeah, it's I wonder how a lot of the wrestlers felt about it. Like, I think there was a lot of people feeling like,
I thought that shit was lame as fuck.
Hey man, put your phone away. Like just move on. Keep it. Keep it moving. Like, because there's always gonna be another fight. There's always gonna be.
There's that will definitely always be the case. There will always be another fight.
Like.
Get ready for next year. Get ready for what happens.
Not even
I think
that.
It happens again in November.
It happens soon. It's going to be a Friday night. It's going to be SmackDown against like the day before Full Gear because they're moving Collision to Friday that night. And what is Friday? SmackDown. So you already know what they're about to do. So
what is so did they just call it Collision instead of calling it Rampage, or what did they do? They just get rid of Rampage that year.
I think they're doing Collision then Rampage, like right after.
Collision and then Rampage?
Right.
Instead of doing Rampage and then Collision?
Probably, yeah. It's going to be like live or something like that.
Okay. Whatever.
So, yeah, man. Yeah. If it was me, like, I would not go anywhere near the wrestlers, keep it to the executive level, and I think it comes off a little bit better. But, I can't imagine if you're... if you're Edge, right, and you wake up and you see this, you're like, hold on,
I know these people. What the fuck?
Like what are you doing, Tony? Like, this is why.
Right.
Oh, I think you just gotta wear it, man. Wear the L. Wear it with pride. Be like, yo, this is what it took to beat us. Like, if you come out, that'd be like, this is what it took to beat us, but I feel good about where we're at. Boom. That's
perfectly fine. But once you start saying, Undertaker and John Cena ain't no real draw, it's like, buddy. Buddy. What are we doing?
It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Them niggas just went to the fucking LA Fitness and basically doubled their viewership. What are you talking about?
Crazy, man.